Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had anyone lie to you, then later claim, well, it was for your own good? Maybe your mom or dad told you something like, hey, you need to stay away from the woods behind your grandmother's house because there's a monster in there that'll eat you up. Years later, you discover the real reason they didn't want you venturing there was because of a dangerous drop-off where you could have fallen. And you would have known this had you simply looked, but you didn't, because you are programmed to think a certain way. I want you to look at something. Now, for most people, the mind is already searching for excuses for this because we've already established the subject at hand to be Mars. So this must be just another case of pareidolia that has tricked us into seeing something familiar, right? Well, what about this? Are you simply seeing an unusual outcropping of rocks? Or do you see something more here? What if the image were to come from Earth as opposed to Mars? Would that change your perception? I'm curious. How is your mind interpreting this? Or this? And this? We sometimes hear people claim that nature doesn't make 90-degree angles. Well, maybe not intentionally, but come on. It could happen by chance, right? But multiple right angles? Ask yourself, if this were on Earth, would there be any doubt as to whether or not this was an object of artificial construction? What about this? And this? And tell me, how natural a formation does this appear to be? Understand that these aren't the type images that are made fun of on internet news sites. Yet the imagery is authentic and is available to everyone straight from an official NASA website. But what is it that we're looking at here? Well, we at Marsfam.net believe strongly that we're looking at the remains of an annihilated civilization. No, we don't see little green men, dragons, and temples. But in these ruins, we believe we're seeing evidence of things such as concrete reinforcement. That's right. Now I say concrete, but maybe a similar compound material, one that requires reinforcement. Take, for example, this collapsed parking area. What is it that we normally see exposed in situations like this on Earth? Rebar. Now, compare it to an area of rubble on the surface of Mars. And when we combine this with potential reinforcement beams and concrete anchors, you have the ingredients for a collapsed structure that was created by intelligent beings. And it doesn't stop at crumbled concrete. There is evidence of style, a motif. What appears to be a written language, and pretty much undeniable skeletal remains. We understand NASA's official stance. No life has yet to be discovered on Mars, past or present, nor evidence of intelligent life. But based on rover imagery, that simply cannot be true. There is far too much evidence to the contrary. Now, we don't have all the answers as to why they continue this charade, but don't let that stop you from seeing what they are allowing you to see. Here at Marsfam.net, we've already gone through literally thousands of these rover images for you, so you don't have to do the legwork. We are centralizing the evidence right here. We examine mast cam, navigational and hazard camera imagery, and we use tools provided by NASA to gauge the correct size and distance of objects in these images. At times, we inject human figures into images, calibrated to scale, to help everyone gain better perspective. We also employ the use of stereographic 3D as part of our pareidolia busting scheme that helps us toss out mistakes often made when viewing traditional two-dimensional imagery. Go and watch a few of our productions over on the main page of this site. If you like what we're doing, visit our YouTube channel and by all means subscribe to it. Subscribing helps us out far more than what you may realize, and it costs you nothing. I am the real Jimmy Roberts 1. Thanks for watching and see you there.